we're going to take a look at another way that we can use Google Documents in assignments in Canvas. In this example, we're going to look at using one of the LTIs, one of the integrations called Google Drive Cloud Assignment. On this page, you're going to see the comparison between this option and the other two options. So what's going to happen is it is going to give a copy to your students. Students will be able to submit within Canvas. You can use the SpeedGrader for grading. What's really good is that it does lock down the document after the student submits. Sometimes it may take a couple minutes. You do not have the ability to use the Canvas built-in rubrics, which is one of the downfalls of using this option. But if you have another way to do rubrics, then this could also still be a great option for you. You can only attach one document at a time for the students to complete versus the other two options. You can have students doing multiple documents per assignment. So in this case, you would just need to have an assignment for each individual document. And just like the others, you cannot see the students working on their documents until they turn it in. When they turn it in, it's locked down and they cannot continue to edit it. So just keep that in mind. And one great thing about this is that the grade is recorded within Canvas. All right, so let's get started with this option of Google Drive Cloud Assignment. So this is the page that walks you through the individual steps, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So to do that, I'm actually going to go into my sandbox, and I'm going to show you the teacher side of things, and then I'm going to show you what what it looks like for the student, right? So I'm going to create I'm just going to create an example. And yep, I've been playing an example assignment. I'm just going to call this, actually, I'm going to use our learning pathway for this training as my example. All right, now all the details in the world would go here in your assignment box. Now remember, we've talked about this. You want to include as many instructions as you can to be very clear, but also try to be very concise. Lay out those steps that you want the students to complete and in what order. Maybe include what the student, what kind of assignment should be turned in, maybe giving them a student example if you have one, or if you want to create an example. Give them links to resources, articles, give them links back to places in the module if they're stuck where they could refer to help for that assignment. You're going to want to include anything regarding grading, such as is there a rubric or not? How this is graded? Is it graded as complete, incomplete? Things like that. You can also include directions on how to open this assignment and how to submit this assignment. So the things that I'm getting ready to show you when we do the student side, you could list those steps for the students, telling them where to click and then where to turn it in, okay? So pretend like this page is covered in full with really great instructions. Mine's going to be kind of blank, but you're going to include a lot in yours. Now, once you have that, then you can attach your document that you want the students to get a copy of. What that's going to do is it's going to put it down here at the bottom of everything. So don't worry about where your cursor is when you do the steps that we're going to do. Now, when we're attaching a Google document, most people think, oh, I've already seen where to do that. I'm going to go up here to the toolbar and go all the way across and click on this little apps, and I'm going to go to Google Apps and I'm going to grab my document. Most people think that that's where they should go, which is great because you've made that connection of Google and Canvas. However, with the assignment, it's a little bit different. Now, remember when we've done that before. If you go here and you go to Google Apps and you grab a Google document, that's going in this box that you see right here for directions. That doesn't give the student a copy of that document. It gives them something to look at. So you, by all means, can use that Google Apps up here under the apps, under the plugin. But remember, anything you're putting in this box is for students to view, not for them to get their copy. In this example, using this integration. okay? Think back to when we used Google Classroom. We had the title, your description or details and directions, and then along the bottom were all those buttons, and one of those buttons was our Google Drive icon to attach our files. So think the same way with assignments. Title, description or details, and then your buttons to actually attach your file, okay? So we've got our title up here at the top. We've got this set of directions here in this space, and you can use that Google Apps, and you can include a link to a presentation or an example of a student example of what they could be turning in, things like that. That's great. But now we want to attach the file that the kids will get. So you're going to scroll down. You have all these settings that you can set in assignments, but you're looking for where it says submission type. You're going to click where it says external tool, or yours might say like online, whatever it may say. You're looking for external tool from that dropdown. Once you have that selected, you're going to click find, and these are the tools that pop up. You're looking for Google Drive Cloud Assignment in this example in this video. Now, another video will show you Google Assignments, and remember that chart compares the three, okay? So we're going to just look at this one, Google Drive Cloud Assignment, for this video. What's going to open is your Google Drive, so you will see your folders. You can, by all means, dig down into those folders to find your file. You may find it easier to search. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search because I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for our learning pathway I'm going to use for this example. Give it a second. Sometimes it may take a second to load. And also sometimes you may find it maybe is being glitchy or isn't working. I usually close this out and try again, and then it usually works pretty well. Okay, I'm still searching for it. This is not a Google search, just like our Google Drive. It's a search from, there it is. It's a Canvas search with this integration. All right, so I'm going to click submit. Notice that it's grayed out this time. This Google Drive Cloud assignment is grayed out. That's great. Don't touch it. We're going to click select. Now notice that down here where it has this little link icon, it has this URL. That's the URL that was generated for this assignment. So that's great. We know that we've done everything correctly. You can set any other information down in here that you want to set, and then you're going to click save and publish. Now here's a little tip. This is an integration, so it's going to change your screen a little bit in the assignment window. And so one button that at this time, as of the beginning of August 2020, this integration takes away the little publish button on this screen. So you are going to wonder, like, where do I publish? Where's my publish button? It's here in the edit screen. You would click save and publish. Okay, or you can just click save and then publish it later. Just a little FYI. See up here in the top corner, usually you've got that little publish button and it's missing. Yeah, maybe, hopefully they'll fix that. There's other ways to publish, but it's that little button on the screen is missing. I don't know why. So just a little trick if you're trying to find it. All right, so this is what it looks like. See how I told you it changes your screen a little bit. So it's telling you that the students are going to get a copy. You've got this blue title of the document. Now here's a tip. If you click on that, it will open it into a new window. So if I click on it, it opened this new window with the document. That's good to know. The students will need to know the same thing. And I'll show you that when we get to that in a second. Okay. Also, this is a little itty bitty tiny window for a Google Doc. And we don't have the ability at this time to stretch it out. So I could actually go into this document and type and edit it. I love that feature because let's say I'm sitting here and I see the Google Doc and I think, oh, there's a typo, or oh, I want to add a question, or oh, I want to change something. I don't have to go anywhere. It's right here in Canvas. And there's also this link here for me to click on it and get to that file quickly and edit it and make changes. Okay, so that's the teacher side. One last pro tip. Be careful. in Google Classroom, remember when we attached something, those copies were made in the moment that you clicked assign. Now here, if I don't have any students in the class yet, or I haven't published this assignment yet, I can continue making changes. I can make changes forever and ever and ever. The difference with Canvas and using this is that if I make changes right now, any student who goes and opens the assignment will get those changes. However, if a student opens that assignment right now and I make changes in 1 hour, that student will not get the changes at that time. Okay? So it's going to take place, it's going to basically freeze it when a student opens the assignment. So just keep that in mind. Don't make changes once students have started opening the assignment. All right, now let's quickly jump over to what it looks like for a student. And this is just, again, a little sandbox where I'm a student. Did I name it? Learning Pathway. Okay, good. This one. Okay, so as a student, I'm going to open this assignment. Give it a second as it's loading. Their very first time, it's going to probably ask them to log into Google here. That's what it's probably looking for. It was making sure I was signed into Google. The other thing is you do not have to change the share settings. It automatically, just like Google Classroom does, it has shared that document with me as the student. Okay, so here as the student view, notice how, here's the difference. I have SpeedGrader as a teacher. The student does not. Only other button that's different is this little button down here that says submit. Okay, so they have a submit button here within Google. They can by all means edit and type on the document here in Canvas. However, it is a small window, so they can type here if they want to, but I would probably click here to open this document in a new tab, make my edits and my changes, and of course any edits they're making here aren't affecting your copy. And then they come back and click submit, okay? So that is how you use the Google Drive Cloud assignment integration in assignments in Canvas so that every student gets a copy. If you have any questions whatsoever, make sure to reach out to your ITS.